What's up, you guys? KS Shabazz, your fitness and nutrition specialist, coming to you with a super shake recipe. Now, most of us get busy from time to time, or we just don't have an appetite to sit down and eat a cooked meal. And so this is a recipe that I use when I'm on the go, or I just don't feel like cooking at the moment or whatever, and I need to have a complete meal. So I'm gonna put this together for you guys and show you guys kind of how I put this together. And this here's a way to get especially your protein and some vegetables in for today without having to cook. So I always start off with some organic spinach. And I'm using a NutriBullet, so I always take a nice healthy little handful of spinach there. Boom. Start off with that as my greens. Then on top of the spinach, I like to use blueberries in my shake. So I got some blueberries right here. Put those in there. That's about a cup of blueberries. It's the end of the bag, so I'm using the whole thing, but I usually use about a cup or so of blueberries. An organic banana. Put that in there. Boom. Now, this is something that I do, and you can do your own thing, but when I'm using a shake as a meal replacement, meaning it's not a post-workout shake, I use just a bulk protein that I get from Winco. And so I go to Winco, and they have this Bob's Red Meal protein, and I just, this is basically what I've got in this bucket over here, right? So I repurpose an old protein bucket from before, but I just go get a bag of this Bob's Red Meal, the protein here. It's super cheap at Winco. I mean, super cheap compared to what you would get if you were to go and buy a proprietary blend of protein that has a bunch of other stuff in there. But I just get this Bob's Red Meal. It's flavorless for the most part. Scoop of that in the protein shake. Boom, pow. Other thing I like to do is this PB Fit, this peanut butter powder. So now, this is peanut butter, but without the fat. So it's just a powder form. It adds great flavor to the shake, and it also adds protein to the shake without adding the extra fat. So I like to put some of that in there, just for, like I said, mostly for the flavor, and also to add a little bit of extra protein. That's a tablespoon or so in there. Boom, pow. Shake it down so the protein powder kind of makes its way to the bottom. Then what I like to use this cashew milk in here, and it also has flax, so I get some omega-3s. This is omega-3 fortified. So this is what I use to add fat to the recipe. So I've got in here now, just so we can recap, I've got spinach in there for some greens. I've got a serving of fruit, 2 servings of fruit actually. I got some blueberries, which is great antioxidant and fiber. I've got a banana in there. The banana really is a sweetener. Bananas are very high in sugar, so it's a sweetener for the most part, because like I said, the protein powder that I'm using is just protein powder. It has no sugar, no extra additives, nothing else in it. It's just protein powder. So like I said, it's flavorless for the most part. And then I'm going to use some of this almond milk in there, and I'll probably use a cup and a half-ish of almond milk, and we're going to blend. Should help if I had this thing plugged up, huh? There we go. in this here, I got a meal in the cup. I've got my protein in there. I've got some vegetables in the form of my greens, my spinach. I got some fruit, and I've got some healthy fat from the almond milk. That's a meal in the cup, ready to go right there. So you know, we're gonna be going more into your fruits and vegetables and your carbohydrates and fats later on in the program. But for now, just know that like this is a complete meal. Like there's nothing missing out of this here from the perspective of a complete meal. You know, it's fairly delicious. Yeah, it's ready to go. Nice peanut butter flavor to it, and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna post up in the files a guide to let you know how to make these here. You can kind of experiment with your own ingredients to see what you enjoy. I've come up with this recipe for myself over probably a year of playing around with this recipe for myself, and this is kind of the ingredients that I've come to that I enjoy for myself. But you know, I'll put the recipe guide in the files. You guys can download that recipe guide, print it, and you know, try some different ingredients and see what you like for yourself. You know, and post up in the group what you guys come up with. I like to see what you guys do. I'll try it for myself and see if it's a winner. All right, you guys have a good one. This is Coach KS signing out.